What's up, Dog Pound? Bringing you that hot, fresh content straight from the oven for all of you who live and breathe Cleveland Browns. Today, we're diving headfirst into a story that's got every fan's heart racing. The future of our monster, Nick Chubb, in the 2025 free agency. So grab a beer, adjust your seat, and let's chat about what's going down with our favorite RB. And don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell, because this video is unmissable, Dog Pound folks. If you're a Browns fan, Nick Chubb is more than just a player. He's a legend. The guy is the heart of our offense, a true dog who runs the ball with the strength of a bull and the passion of a fan. But hey, 2025 is shaping up to be a year full of tension. According to Sporting News, Chubb is still out there in free agency, and the chatter about him returning to the Browns is hotter than a tailgate barbecue at Huntington Bank Field. So, what's going on? Will our hero come back home? Or are we going to have to watch him shine in another uniform? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you everything, with all the juicy details. And I want to know what you, the fans, think about all of this. Comment below, do you want Chubb back, or do you think it's time to turn the page? Let's interact, Dog Pound. To understand the present, let's take a step back. 2024 was a tough year for our guy. Chubb came back from a devastating knee injury he suffered in 2023. Serious stuff, MCL, ACL, meniscus, the whole package. The guy went through surgeries, heavy rehab, and still made it back on the field in Week 7, showing why he's one of the best running backs in the NFL. Imagine the scene. He steps onto the field, scores a touchdown right away, and the crowd goes wild. That's Chubb. That's the Browns. But as life isn't a fairy tale, his season ended early again. In Week 15 against the Kansas City Chiefs, he broke his foot. The result? Another season cut short. Chubb played just 8 games, ran for 332 yards, and scored 3 touchdowns. Not the Chubb we're used to seeing, that monster with 4 straight. Pro Bowls 2019, 2022. But hey, the guy was coming off major injuries. Who here didn't have their heart in their throat seeing him go down again? Let me know in the comments how you felt watching Chubb struggle to get back to the top. Now, let's talk about what's going down today. Sporting News just dropped. An update that's making waves. The Browns haven't shown a huge interest in re-signing Chubb. That's right, folks. Our RB is on the market, and so far, no team is knocking on his door with a contract in hand. Crazy, right? We're talking about Nick Chubb, a guy who, when healthy, makes defenses tremble. But hold up, not everything is lost. Reporter Mary Kay Cabot from Cleveland.com mentioned that the Browns are keeping the door open for a possible return. She even predicted that Chubb might end up back in Cleveland, but probably with a more basic contract, like a one-year deal with more modest terms. That's because after 2 serious injuries, the market is a bit wary about his performance. But seriously, Dog Pound, who here thinks Chubb doesn't have more gas in the tank? I bet he still has a lot to prove. Now, let me tell you the flip side. The Browns are going through an offensive overhaul with new coordinator Tommy Rees at the helm. The vibe is that the team wants to bet on younger players and maybe even bring in a rookie in the 2025 draft. Guys like Jerome Ford and Pierre Strong Jr. are in the mix to take over the backfield, but let's be honest, none of them can match the impact Chubb has. Ford, for example, ran for 390 yards in 3 seasons, but his consistency is kind of meh. Also, the team is keeping an eye on the draft. Some analysts are saying the Browns might take a new RB, like Cam Scatabo, who ran for 1,011 yards and 21 touchdowns in the Big 12 in 2024. But Dog Pound, tell me, would you trade Chubb for a rookie even if he's promising? Or do you think Chubb's experience and leadership are worth more? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. And Chubb himself, what does he think about all this? According to Sporting News, he's cool with the idea of coming back to the Browns. The guy spent his entire career in Cleveland. He's a fan, favorite, and the city embraced him even in the toughest moments. Who doesn't remember the crowd chanting his name when he came back in 2024? That's love. That's dog pound. But he's also open to new opportunities. Some analysts, like Grant White from Sports Grid, are even speculating he could end up with teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, can you imagine Chubb wearing a Steelers jersey? That'd be a punch in the gut for every Browns fan. So, folks, let's send positive energy Chubb's way to bring him back home. Who's with me? Drop a Chubb stays in the comments. The Browns family is buzzing, and social media is on fire. On X, there's a post saying that Chubb threw some shade that had fans in a panic, like they'd be crazy to let him go. Another post from Dogs by Nature asked, how realistic is a reunion with Chubb? The truth is, the fan base is split. Some want him back at any cost. Others think, due to the injuries, it's time to invest in fresh blood. And you, Dog Guy? Pound? What's your vibe? Do you think we should fight to bring Chubb back, even with a cheaper contract? Or is it better to let him go his way and focus on the future? I'm curious to hear what the Dog Pound is thinking, so let's interact. And hey, if you're watching this video at a tailgate before the game, send a shout out to the channel. Let's talk numbers, because they don't lie. Chubb has 6,143 career rushing yards, 31 touchdowns, and an insane 5.1 yards per carry average. That's elite stuff, folks. Even in 2024, with just 8 games, he showed flashes of the beast he is. Remember that game against the Bengals when he ran for a first down in the third quarter? The crowd lost it. Off the field, Chubb is a leader. He doesn't talk much, but when he speaks, everyone listens. He's the kind of guy who inspires the team and the city. Cleveland embraced him, and he embraced Cleveland back. So, Dog Pound, tell me, how would our offense look without Chubb? Do you think Ford and Strong Jr. can get the job done? Or do? We need our dog back to strike fear in the defenses. Let me know in the comments. Here's the deal. The 2025 draft is coming up, and the Browns will have to make a decision soon. If they pick up a new RB, the chances of Chubb returning drop. But if no one offers Chubb a contract until then, Mary Kay Cabot thinks he might end up accepting a more simple deal from the Browns. Another possibility is he could sign with another team. Some are talking about Pittsburgh, but I'd rather not even think about that. What we do know is that Chubb is determined to play in 2025, and he's not thinking about retirement. That's music to our ears, right, Dog Pound? Now, the question is, where is he going to play? Cleveland or somewhere else? Do you think he deserves a big contract or a short-term deal to prove he's back on top? I'm waiting to hear your thoughts. Folks, Nick Chubb's future is a roller coaster of emotions, but one thing's for sure. He's one of the greatest dogs to ever wear the orange and brown. Whether he comes back home or follows a new path, we'll always have a huge amount of love for this guy. So, Dog Pound, let's show our strength. Drop that like, subscribe to the channel, and comment, Chubb stays, or good luck, Chubb. Let's make some noise because the Dog Pound never sleeps. And hey, stay tuned to the channel because we'll be bringing you more fresh news on the Browns, the draft, and everything going on in Cleveland. Who's hyped for the next game? Who thinks we're going to crush it in the 2025 season? Drop your shout in the comments and let's go, Dog Pound. Until next time, stay loyal, make some noise, and go Browns.